Hello everyone, I'm Katy Goshtasbi. Welcome to episode 3 of Katy G TV. I am a change and branding expert, and in this episode we're going to be talking about stress, right? The S word that we all are so familiar with. When we are at work, generally the precise focus and nature of the kind of work we do puts us in our left linear brain. That means it's all substantive work we're doing. So analytical, A plus B equals C. And how do we know we're in our left brain? Because oftentimes we lose our creativity. We're not happy anymore with what we're doing. We can't see options in what we're doing. We're super stressed. And as a result, sometimes we even think, what if I'm not successful? What if I'm not good at what I'm doing? Does any of that sound familiar? Because I know when I was practicing law, I often felt that way because day after day, moment after moment, I was analyzing cases and I never felt I was creative and I wondered what I was doing during the day. Why the stress element? Here's what I found through my formal research. As stress goes up, and it naturally goes up for every single person, our self-confidence is proportionally dropping, okay? So stress going up, self-confidence dropping. And what happens when our self-confidence drops? Well, our brand value diminishes. But what does that really mean? That means we're not emotionally resonating with our audience anymore. They're not buying what we're selling. So here's an example from a client of mine. A very successful lawyer, senior partner in a very large law firm, came to me many years ago super unhappy, wondering what he was doing with his life, making millions of dollars, but very unhappy, feeling unproductive, uncreative, and just lost. So we spent time working with him, really reducing his natural stressors by increasing those things that he was good at and proud of. So as his stress went down, then his self-confidence started to go up more and more, and we started to find ways to show him what his self-confidence was all about. And at that point, my friends, his creativity and his real view on what he did in his practice area went up tremendously. And so his business and his practice shifted completely. What does all this mean for you? I want you to stop and think. Where is it that you are thinking that being stressed is super sexy? Because everyone's stressed, because everyone's busy. And what are you doing about your stress? Are you even self-aware of how you're coming across when you're stressed? And what that really means for your self-confidence. And lastly, of course, what are you going to do about it? Well, the easiest thing I tell all my clients, and I do it myself, is to take 3 deep breaths. These breaths come from the bottom of your belly, so they're big, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. And you inhale and you hold and you exhale. Why? Because all you want to do is come back to your body, find your center. Okay, when you're finding that center, what we see is that you're centered and you're focused and you appear to have it all together and not stressed, right? So in effect, we're seeing what you're doing on this end and it's really effective because we want to be around people that are less stressed than us, right? And we want to buy and sell from those kind of people too. In episode 4, we're going to be talking about your natural talents or your strengths. So the example I gave of that client, when we worked with him to reduce his stress and increase his self-confidence, meant really looking at what was he naturally good at, his strengths and his talents. And that was a huge part of developing his brand and his self-confidence. And that's what we're going to be talking about on episode 4. So until then, Katy G out.